Okay. Bismillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Firstly, let's thank to Allah who has given us so mercy and blessing until we can attend in this happy place without any troubles and obstacles. Secondly, my salawat and salam always given to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who has guided us from the darkness to lightness era. Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to SMK Weekend Teach Talk episode 73. My name is Atala Muhammad Gaskindara, and I'm from RPL class. I'll be your host for today's live session, and I'm super excited to dive into the world of IT with all of you. Today we have something really cool lined up. We're going to be learning how to create a navbar using the Tailwind CSS framework, and a fantastic tool that makes web design so much easier and more efficient. Whether you are a beginner of some experience with web development, you are going to find today's tutorial super helpful. And to help us break it all down, we have an amazing guest with us, Maulana Moreno Ibrahim from 10 RPL class. Moreno is going to walk us through the steps and show us how to build an awesome responsive navbar using Tailwind. So make sure you pay close attention because there are some great tips coming your way. So grab your laptops, get comfortable, and let's get started. Okay, for Maulana Moreno Ibrahim, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Atala, for your amazing opening, your amazing intro. Like Atala said, today we're going to make a project, a VS Code project, how to make a navbar using Tailwind. Because in the last episode, I heard our friend Khalil and Abdullah talked about how to download, install Tailwind using CLI. Now we're going to continue on how to make a navbar using Tailwind, where it was imported or it was downloaded using CLI. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so the navbar that we're going to make is gonna look something like this. The black bar over here. This from one of my my ongoing projects called Confile, where it's about a e-commerce website selling comfortable and cozy pieces of clothing. Just a quick look of the progress so far, but our focus is gonna be on the navbar over here. We're gonna have a hover category section and some nav links and also a login/register button. Okay, so let's try to start coding. All right. Wait. Okay, so this is the VS Code file. This is how it looks, and we're gonna try making this section over here, the navbar, from up here until down here. So we're just gonna delete and start from the beginning. Select all of it and then delete. Right? So first off, hold on a second. Yeah. Okay, so first thing first, we're gonna make a comment for the navbar, so we know that inside our project, so this part of line of code is gonna be the navbar part. So we're gonna type in control slash and type in navbar, and then duplicate, Control C, Control V, and put, add an N to the next comment. And then between, add some space. So this area over here is gonna be where you start coding your navbar. Okay, next we're gonna open, or we're gonna start with using the nav tag. So just type in nav and enter, and then enter again. And for this tag, we're gonna add a class to it. So just type in class inside the nav tag, and then the class is going to be our background and also our z index, so, or the layering. So first is going to be background primary black. I've already set in my VS Code file to have my own template or color palette, so I can type in primary black. But for you guys, it's going to be something like this over here, hashtag 2526B. So, but I'm just gonna use my own template because I already have it. And next is we're gonna add the Z index, so Z30. So the navbar is gonna be in front of every other component inside the file. If the Z index is 20, if the other component Z index is lower than 30, that means the layering is gonna be below the navbar. That's the function of Z index. And then next, we're going to add a class or a container class. So we can just add dot container, and then enter again. And inside the class, we're gonna add flex, and also width full, and the Z index 30 as well. So that's it for the classes for our container div. And next, we're going to start making the category hover button. So I'm just gonna add a comment just to know the area that I'm going to code for the category button. Duplicate category N and inside. Yeah. And then inside, we're going to add another div. So just type in dot, and for the class is going to be padding X or padding left and right, padding X 8, and also padding Y or padding up and down 4. And for the background is primary black as well. Okay, primary black. And for the hover, when you hover, the background is going to change into, the color is primary purple. And for the text, hover text, it's going to change into primary white. And we're also going to add flex item center cursor pointer. So when you hover the button, the cursor will change into a pointer, and a relative, and also group. Group is for later, and Z index, the last one is X index 30. All right, that's it for the class for this div. And enter, and inside that div, we're going to add a span. So just type in span, where the class is text primary white. All right, and then inside the span, we're going to add an icon where you can just type it in manually. I've already downloaded the icon myself, so it's icon class fast fa/bars. So if you want to see, we're gonna show it later. What the icon's gonna look like, and then after that span, we're gonna add another span where the class is first one is capitalized, so every text is gonna be capitalized. The first number, or I mean the first alphabet is going to be capitalized, and then margin left 2, and then text primary. Wait, oops, that's background. Change it to text. And then type in for the text is all categories. Okay. And then after that, still inside the first div, we're going to add the links, or I mean the category links, yeah. So first, label it first, category links. And like that. And first we're going to make a div with the class absolute. With full, left 0, and top full. And then the background is going to be primary black. It's going to have a shadow, a medium size shadow, and padding Y or padding up and down 3. And it's going to have a divide or a line, and the divide is going to be for up and down, so divide Y. And the divider color is going to be gray 700, and it's going to be dashed, so it's not going to be a line, but it's going to be dashed, so device dashed. And the opacity will be 0 for the moment. And when you hover it, so hover, group hover, wait a moment, the opacity will change into 100. Don't forget to add transition as well, so it's smooth transition. And the duration, that's optional, but I'm gonna add a duration around 300 and Z index 3. Right? And then inside of the absolute div, we're gonna add the links. So the links, we're gonna use the tag A for href, where the href is gonna be hashtag for the moment, and the class. So after the href, add a class, and inside the class for the link is gonna have flex, item center, padding left and right 8, padding up and down 4, and when you hover it, so hover, the background is going to change to primary purple, like that. And then don't forget to add transition, so it's smooth transition. Right. And then inside of the link, we're going to have an image or the icon. So put in your img tag, and the src, the source, is going to be from my own file. So, but you can connect it to your own file like your images folder, I mean, and add your own icon. But because I already add mine, so I'm just gonna straight type in the URL, and then for the alt, we're just gonna add uh, icon, category link icon one, and then after alt, before alt, don't forget to add a class. Where inside the class, the width of the icon is gonna be 5. The height also is gonna be 5, and the objects are gonna be contained, so it's not gonna overflow like that. And inside the image, I mean inside the link, we're also gonna have a span after the image. So just add span to the class, and we're gonna inside the class it's going to be have a margin left property, a margin left 6, and the text is gonna be primary white, yeah. And then the text size is gonna be small or SM. And then you can just type in whatever you want, but since mine is about a e-commerce clothing shop, so I'm gonna put in tops for the upperwear of your clothes. And then after that, you can just copy all of this because that's for one link, and because we're gonna have multiple links, you just copy and duplicate it. So copy this whole a href tag, Control C, and then duplicate. And then you can change your image as well to other icons, and you can also change the text as well. So the first one is shirt. I also have pants, jacket, and scarf, right? And don't forget to change this as well. Accessories, outer wear, and then bottoms. Yep. Yeah, so for the category links, we're only gonna have 4. So if you look at your progress right now in your web, hold on a minute. Screen, the window. Until this point, it's gonna look something like this. You can see the divider and the category links, and also the all category buttons. And when you click each of these links, is gonna redirect to other pages. But since we use a dash, it's not gonna link to anywhere first. And then the next part is kind of easy. It's more simple. So after the category N, we're gonna start making the nav links or the main navbar links. So we're just gonna make a div with a class that has flex, item center, that has justify between, and then flex grow. Don't need to have the 0. And then padding left 12, and then Z 30. Oh yeah, I forgot to change the thing. My bad. I forgot to share the codes. This one over here. Yeah. So repeat. So after the category N, add a div with a class where inside of the class there is flex property, item center, justify between, flex grow, padding left 12, and Z index 30. And inside of the div, we're gonna have another div where the class is so div. The class is also flex, but we'll also item center. But the difference is here. It's gonna have space text 10. So the space of left and right is gonna be 10, and then capitalize. So every text is gonna be capitalized the first letter. And then after that, inside of that div, we're gonna have our links. So use a again, the a tag. Don't forget to the HR is gonna be dash, and don't forget to add a class to it as well. And the class is gonna have text gray 300, and the hover when it hovers, the text is gonna be text white. And then don't forget to add a transition so it transitions smoothly like this. And inside the a tag, you can name it whatever you want, but of course for a nav bar you should have the first one, a home navigation bar link. And then the rest you can add as how much as you want, but for this project I added 4, so I can duplicate it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, and also actually that's different. So yeah, 4 first, and then you can change the title as well. So for example, shop, maybe our story, so the story or the background of the company, and our contact, the contact of the company. And then that's it for the links inside of this div. And then we're just gonna add another link for the login slash register button. So we can just type in a again. Remember, this one is outside of the div. It's not like the rest, but it's gonna be outside. And again, the href or the link's gonna go to nowhere. And then don't forget to add a class. Bum. And kind of the same text gray 300, but when it hovers, it's gonna be text white. Oops. Text white. And transition also like that. And then add the name, login slash register. And for this button, you can change the href or redirect it into your login or register page. And for the home, to this page, and for the shop to your shop page, and etc. So yeah, that's pretty much the codes for the nav links, for the main navigation bar links. And then if you want to see the result, you can open your Google window, this one. Yeah, so there it is. So there's the home link, shop, our story, our contact, and because we put our login slash register link outside of the div, that's why there's like a space between, because it's outside. So the div is basically like a group. It groups these 4 links, but it didn't group the login and register link because it's outside of the div. So yeah, that's pretty much it for how to make this simple navbar using Tailwind CLI. If you want to improve it, you can see other videos. There's a lot of tutorials on how to make better navbar, but for this episode, I'm just gonna show you guys how to make a simple one. You can also redirect each of these buttons or the links into somewhere else, but for now, I'm just gonna use dash just because I don't have the page ready. All right, maybe that's pretty much it. The process on how to make a simple navbar. I hope this is useful for any of you that wants to make a navbar, a simple one. And I hope this is useful for anyone who's watching. Maybe that's it for my explanation on how to make navbar. Thank you very much for your attention. And yeah, sign out.
Hey, wow, what an amazing session. A huge thank you to Maulana Moreno Ibrahim for the fantastic tutorial and creating an bar using the Tailwind CSS framework. I'm sure everyone learned some valuable tips and techniques today. Remember, practice is the key. So make sure to try out what you've learned today and start building your own projects. And if you miss anything, don't worry. This video will be available for you to watch again anytime. That is for today episode of SMK Weekend Teach Talk, episode 73. Thank you so much for tuning in, and be sure to join us next week for more exciting Teach Talk and tutorials. I'm Atsalam Muhammad Gaskintara, your host, and I'll see you in next session. Have a great Ramadan. Stay curious, keep learning, and take care. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
هو الحب يا الله في داخلي يا